going on, dudes? It is David here. We are back with another video. Now, in this video, guys, we're going to be previewing NFL week number 10 or 11. No, this is definitely number 11 for the NFL season, as week 10, my team did not have a game. And yeah, so now we're going to be previewing week 11, and yeah, there could be a lot of shockers when it comes to predict this NFL schedule. Well, when it comes to this week, the 4 teams that are on the bye are going to be the Chicago Bears, the Buffalo Bills, the San Francisco 49ers, and the New York Giants. This is actually big for the Giants because I feel like if the Giants get a lot of rest, watch out for the Giants next year, because the Giants are going to be a very, very good. Watch out. Why do I keep saying next year? Watch out next week for the Giants, because the Giants look like they could actually win the NFC East and get a home playoff game, which would be absolutely shocking. Like, can you imagine the Giants getting a home playoff game after they lose their best player, Saquon Barkley? Yeah. But anyway, guys, so let's get on into the first game of the season, first game of the week. That is the Arizona Cardinals versus the Seattle Seahawks. Arizona at Seattle. That's going to be tonight. Now, when it comes to this game, it's going to be a very interesting one because, of course, the Seahawks lost last week and the Cardinals beat the Buffalo Bills, the team that beat the Seattle Seahawks the week before this past week. And yeah, it's going to be a very, very close game because Cardinals and Kyler Murray are going to play really, really good. I expect Russell Wilson to play a lot better than he has in the past 2 weeks. He's thrown a lot of picks in the past 2 weeks, but I still expect Russell Wilson to play a lot better than he did before. And I'm going to expect the Seattle Seahawks to win this game by a score of 27-20. So basically a touchdown, and continue on with their playoff run, and hopefully gain their hopeful thoughts to get in the first round bye. Eagles at the Browns. Eagles at the Browns. The Eagles just lost this past week against the New York Giants, and that was Daniel Jones' best game of the season, so I can't give it in. But the Eagles are just terrible right now. They really are just terrible. And the fact that they're going to be playing the Browns at the Browns, even though the Browns barely even won this past week, they beat the Titans by, was it the Titans or the Texans, or did they by? I think they beat the Texans by a very low. Yeah, it was Texans versus Browns. That game was a low scoring game, which is surprising because both those offenses are really, really decent. So when you look at this game, Eagles versus Browns, I mean, there's an obvious one. There's going to be the Cleveland Browns, and the Cleveland Browns are going to beat the Cleveland Browns are going to beat the Philadelphia Eagles by a score of 31-17. Titans at the sorry, I skipped over one. Steelers at the Jaguars. Steelers at the Jaguars. Last week I said the Steelers were going to get beat by the Cincinnati Bengals, and the Pittsburgh Steelers beat the Bengals pretty easily. So I don't really think there's anything in that. But watch for Jacksonville. Jacksonville just recently almost beat the Green Bay Packers. Was it the Green Bay Packers? Yeah, it was Green Bay Packers. They actually put up a very, very good defensive game against the Green Bay Packers, and we're still in that game towards the end of the game. So even though the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to win this game, they're not going to win it by that much. The Steelers are going to end up beating the Jacksonville Jaguars by a score of 33-17. Titans at the Ravens. If you guys remember, this is the game that Derrick Henry became well known, because Derrick Henry, they ran a rough shot on the Baltimore Ravens in the playoffs last season. And do I think it's going to happen again? No, I do not think it's going to happen again. I feel like the Ravens are actually going to beat the Titans by a score of 38-24. Lions at the Panthers. This game depends on one thing for me. It really depends on one thing for me. Christian McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey plays, Panthers are going to win. Christian McCaffrey doesn't play, probably not going to win. But in this instance, I don't really know what's going on with the Christian McCaffrey situation. He could possibly play on Sunday. And if he does play, I'm going to give the Panthers the win. If he does or does not play, I'm still going to give the Panthers the win by a score of 24-20. Patriots at the Texans. Cam Newton versus Deshaun Watson. And yes, you got, like I said before, the Cleveland Browns game. The last time the Texans played it was a very, very low scoring game. It was real. I did not expect that. I expected that Texans Browns game to be at least over 50 points, and it was below. It was even below 40, and I was just like, how is that even possible? Like, how is Texans and the Browns below 40, and it's with Cleveland's offense. Do you know Cleveland's offense? And that game was still below 40. But anyway, Patriots at the Texans. Cam Newton has been playing really good in the past 2 weeks. Of course, they beat the Jets. And then this past week, they did have a good game. And they're going to have another good game. And Cam Newton's going to get a 3-win streak. And they're going to beat the Texans at the Texans by a score of 35-22. Bengals at Washington. The Bengals just recently lost against the Pittsburgh Steelers, and Washington recently lost against Dallas Cowboys. This one's going to be debatable because I feel like Washington seems to be losing in the first half of the game, but then coming back in the second half of the game. They've done that in the past couple of weeks. They did that when they played against the Giants. They did that against the Cowboys. I mean, they were leading against the Cowboys. My mistake. So the Bengals are going to end up beating the Washington Redskins by a score of 17-14 by a field goal, because I feel like this Washington defense is going to keep themselves in the game, and that's why I feel like they're going to win this game. Jets at the Chargers. Whew. So Justin Herbert versus Joe Flacco on Sunday. The Jets, they got a bye this past week, so that's really what they need. They need a lot of rest. But they just recently released Pierre Desir, one of their best safeties or best cornerbacks. And that just doesn't spell a good thing. That means the Jets are trying to lose, and they're going to lose this game. And they're going to lose this game by a score of 28-10. And Justin Herbert's going to end up picking up another win. My team, Falcons versus Saints. Drew Brees will not be playing this game. That means Jameis Winston will be the most likely starting quarterback. And if this was Tampa Bay Buccaneers, if Jameis Winston was on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I 100% give us a win because we have a very good record against Jameis Winston. We won a lot of games against Jameis Winston. But the Saints, that's a different story. And who knows how Jameis Winston's going to play in the Saints offense? You still got Alvin Kamara. You still got Michael Thomas. You still got that good defense that the Saints have. And even though I want to give the Falcons the win, I'm going to give the Falcons the win just because Drew Brees is not playing. And I'm gonna completely disagree with a statement of what I made last year where I said the Saints were actually going to beat the Falcons. That was before the Drew Brees game, and that was before Drew Brees ended up getting injured in that game. And the Falcons are going to end up beating the Saints by a score of 35-21. And yeah, when it comes to the rematch that they're going to play at the Falcons, it depends. If Drew Brees is back by then, if Drew Brees is not back by then, it's going to be a really, really interesting game. But in this instance, the Falcons are going to end up beating the Saints at the Saints. Even though that stadium is really, really still tough to play, even with not that many fans or no fans at all in the stadium. Packers at the Colts. This one is going to be interesting because the Packers nearly lost. The Packers nearly lost this past week. Or did they actually lose? I'm not sure. I think the Packers nearly lost against the Jacksonville Jaguars. And that's just not a good look to see. Aaron Rodgers did play good, but then they're going to be playing the Colts, who have a very good defense and have a very good rushing defense, defense that can stop the rush. So this game is going to be dependent basically on Aaron Rodgers and see if he can pass very, very good. And this instance, I'm going to give the Packers the win against the Colts by a score of 24-21. Cowboys at the Vikings. This game is probably one of the easiest games for me to predict because have you seen what Dalvin Cook has been doing? The guy from the Florida State University has been running roughshod. He's missed, 1 or 2 games, and he's leading the NFL in rushing yards. He's going to freaking run against the Cowboys defense. The Cowboys defense is not going to be able to stop him. Kirk Cousins is going to be... Forget about Kirk Cousins. This game is all about Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook is going to run roughshod against the Dallas Cowboys, and the Vikings are going to beat the Cowboys by a score of 34-14. Chiefs at the Raiders. This is the rematch for Patrick Mahomes after the Raiders beat the Chiefs earlier in the season. do I think the Raiders are going to be doing it again? And that game is at the Chiefs, and this one's going to be at the Las Vegas Raiders Stadium. So do I think it's going to be the same? Do I think that Derek Carr is going to be able to beat Patrick Mahomes twice in a season? No, you're not going to be able to beat Patrick Mahomes twice in the season. That's just not going to happen. And the Chiefs are going to end up picking the win up in this situation by a score of 35-22. Rams at the Bucks. Sorry. Before we get into Rams at the Bucks. Dolphins at the Broncos. If Tua continues to play like this, Tua's going to have a Rookie of the Year season. And he didn't even play some of the first few games. Justin Herbert started, Joe Burrow started, and Tua didn't even start for the first 5 games. So if Tua can continue playing like this, Tua's going to end up getting the Rookie of the Year for quarterbacks. And I think he's going to have the best year out of the quarterbacks because there's a very good shot the Dolphins could actually make the playoffs. And he'd be the only rookie quarterback that could possibly make the playoffs in this situation. So when it comes to the Dolphins versus Broncos, I'm going to give the Dolphins the win at the Broncos at Mile High Stadium by a score of 23-21 because I feel like due to that atmosphere and due to that high ground of the stadium, it's going to be a very, very close game. It's going to be a very, very tough game for Tua and the Dolphins, but they're going to end up getting the win. Now for the Monday night game, that's going to be Rams versus Buccaneers. The big matchup. Who do I think is going to win this game? Well, I feel like this Rams defense has been playing really good. I mean, they just recently, didn't it? Yeah, it was the Rams that beat the Seattle Seahawks by really basically just shutting them down. And the Rams are going to end up winning this game. And you guys are going to be shocked by this. I'm going to say the Rams are going to dominate when it comes to the defense. And Aaron Donald's going to have a very good day. The Rams are going to end up beating the Buccaneers by a score of 28-7. So yes, when it comes to the games that are for this week again, Cardinals at the Seahawks. Seahawks are going to win 27-20. Eagles at Browns. Browns are going to win 31-17. Steelers at Jags. Steelers are going to win 33-17. Titans at Ravens, 38-24 to the Ravens. Lions at Panthers, 24-20 to the Panthers. Patriots, Texans, 35-22 to the Patriots. Bengals at Washington, 17-14 to the Bengals. Chargers at the Jets, 28-10 to the Chargers. Falcons at Saints, 35-21 to the Falcons. Packers at the Colts, 24-21 to the Packers. Cowboys at Vikings, 34-14 to the Vikings. Chiefs at the Raiders, 35-22 to the Chiefs. Rams at Bucks, 28-7 to the Rams. And Dolphins at Broncos, 23-21. But anyway, guys, I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Please do smash the like button. I'll be posting more sports content for you guys to see in the coming days. So make sure to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the bell for notifications so you know my videos go live. But anyway, guys, I will see you guys all later. Peace.